My name is Edna Pierce. I was born in Lawley, Alabama in 1930. My daddy was J.J. McFarland and my mother was Rosa Lee McFarland. My dad was Irish, very Irish. They were white lovers. They were just really family-oriented. I had 4 sisters, and they raised us by the golden rule, by the Bible, and we learned right from wrong. They were just good people, good old farmers. That's my sister Blanche and my sister Catherine. They're with me. And my dad had bought this and come home to show it to my mother and them, and so they had to take a picture of us in front of his new truck. That's a 1934, I believe it was, Ford truck. We lived in a housing development. They built houses during the war for people that worked in federal defense jobs. My dad didn't go to service. He was deferred because he built ships. So that's where we lived. And back then, people did a lot of things to make money, and this little man owned this little horse, and he would come through every month or two and make pictures. And so my mother had us all on the horse and made the picture. Well, my mom and dad were primitive Baptists, which there was a lot of primitive Baptists back then. I was in the 8th grade. I decided I wanted to go to the church up the street, and it was a Southern Baptist church. Used to, we didn't have air conditioning, and they had the windows up, you know, and the air blew through, and I could hear them singing Heavenly Sunshine. Oh man, they were singing, and I thought, why don't we have that? Because my dad and them didn't have a piano in the church, you know, and I just loved it, and I thought, I'm in the wrong place. I know I am. I love that up there. How am I going to ever get to go to Ann Street Baptist Church? Well, I didn't get to go to Ann Street Baptist Church, but after I married and we went to Florida, my husband and I did, I became a Baptist. I became a Southern Baptist, and I've been that ever since. Heavenly Sunshine, that's a heavenly sunshine, heavenly sunshine. And you ever heard that? You may not be a Baptist. When my husband and I decided we were going to get married, we was going to keep it a secret, but it didn't happen that way. I had to tell my mother I couldn't deny that I didn't go off Saturday and get married. And we went to Lucedale, Mississippi, called the Hitchin Town. And it was about 25 miles from my home. People just didn't hear of renting cars, and we rented a car. And we had several of our friends with us that stood up with us. And Brother Jenkins married us. You could get your license, everything right there in one place. And I think it would cost us $15. So they married us, and that was us right after we got married, taken in the front of his house. My dad was so very disappointed when he found out. He had such high ideas for us, all of us girls. And he was very disturbed, but he soon got over it. He said, I don't like it at all, but you love him and I'll have to love him. And he went to Mobile, to town, and he ordered the wedding cake himself. My dad did. And put it in the back seat of his car. And it got smeared on one side. We had to sit it where it would sew the side that it rubbed or something. But anyway, he went himself. My mother didn't go, he did. And that was his peace offering for us. So anyway, he accepted it, and I guess Elton was just like a son to him. He loved him very much. We had a very happy marriage. We was married 43 years. Loomis Compulsion Engineer is who my husband worked for. See, we moved to Houston in 1962. So we kept our home in Pasadena, where I live now. And He traveled, and a lot of the times I would get to go with him. He was in Iraq, he was in Germany, he was in Canada, and I got to travel quite a bit to see all this. We had gone to see the Leaning Tower, and we was in a motel, and my husband said, "You know, I cannot believe you and I, poor little old country people, from way out in hick town, and here we are sitting here looking at the Leaning Tower." So, you know, dreams comes true. You never know.